Hey, that's me. My name's Tait. And about a month ago, my college's drama department put on a production of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. And this is simply a video showing as to what I do as a lightboard operator and a student theater technician. Here we go. So this is me walking up to a theater on campus. Our campus is actually pretty small, really homey, and I really like it a lot. And fun fact about this theater is it's actually quite new considering the age of theaters. It's only approximately 5 years old and has it's pretty up to date with technical theater standards, and it's honestly really impressive. And so here's the theater space. I usually arrive 30 minutes before the actors do, and approximately an hour and a half before the show actually starts. And as you can see, the only lights that are on are the work lights. The stage is dark. You can kind of see it set. This production was quite pretty unique, and I'll do an explanation later as to why that was. But yeah. And here's the light board. That's me unpacking all my stuff. And usually the light board and the soundboard would be behind the house or where people are sitting in a separate room. But again, this production is pretty unique. So that's me taking off the covers. Pretty hard doing this one-handedly. And then this is my favorite part, is when I turn it on and you just hear the hum of the whole thing, everything lined up. Shiny colors, right? This is me simply turning on the lights that we'll be using for the whole production. And since this production is unique, one of the things that happened was that there were no light changes at all compared to any other production. And so all I had to do was just turn them on and just keep them on the whole time. So that's what they look like. I really like those LEDs in the back there. And one of the things that are on the checklist before we start is what we call a lamp check or a bulb check. It's when we turn on all the lights that we use during production, and then we go on stage and take a look at all of them and see if they're all working. And if they're not, see what's up with them. If their lamp is out, we change it. If there's some electricity or wiring shortages, we look into that. But yeah, it's something good to do before our show starts. And here's my point of view of looking at them. They are kind of bright, but I get used to it because I just really like lights in general. Really impressive. And here should be our LED strip lights. There we go. They can change to any color you want. They were pretty expensive, but it's really nice to look at. And this is me just chilling, waiting for the actors to come in before our show starts. Really good time to just appreciate the theater space. And here's the cast. They got their costumes and now they're on stage waiting for further instructions. And they're actually a really nice cast. They always say hi to me. They always, try to include me in conversations. They're really nice. And I'm really trying to appreciate it because I know it probably won't be that way working with adults in the future. But yeah, I really appreciate them. So this is when the show is actually starting. For this production, I was not only the lightboard operator, but also soundboard operator, meaning I press go for the sound cues, and if you listen closely, you can hear the director finishing his opening speech, and then me pressing the go button for the dance number, and then the actors coming out upon hearing that music starting. Please enjoy OCCC Theater Department's production of Twelfth Night. Speech ended, wait a few beats, press go, music starts, actors now on stage. Here's me doing again for some transitional music. I'm looking at my script, I'm listening for a line, and go. And that's what I do for the sound portion of the production. I have a script, I'm looking at it, I'm listening for the actors to say something specific, or I'm looking for something specific to happen on stage, and once that specific thing happens, I can press go, the music or the sound cue starts. And so again, there wasn't much in terms of lights. There were just basic lights on the whole time. And that is because this production was unique. And so I explained why it is unique. And as you can see, I am wearing a face mask. And that is because this production is happening in the middle of a pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. The director, the professor of the drama department actually wanted to do this in spring. Unfortunately, that's when the outbreak started, and so it got pushed back to fall. He had to jump through a lot of hoops, talk to a lot of people to have this actually happen. And so we're really appreciative of that. He probably did so much that we don't know. And so what ended up happening was this production had to be live streamed. And so that's why the lights and sound are very, very, very simple. In a normal production, there'd be more light cues, more sound cues, more moving parts, transitional music. But since we are dealing with live streaming and cameras, our director had the good call of just simplifying the music and the lights to make sure wasn't overly complicated for the cameras to possibly pick up. Which means for this production, my job wasn't that hard. Again, the lights are simple, just a few sound cues, very, very easy just to focus on cameras more. And for the actual production, we did 3 nights of showings, of course, live streamed. And for the rehearsals leading up to the actual show, you could just ask any cast member and they would instantly say that this production was cursed or something, from the pandemic to other problems to finding new cast members to missing props. The list goes on. And seeing the tenacity of not only our professor and director but also the cast members really, really astounded me. Like at any point they could have just said, we give up, we can do this when this whole pandemic is over, but they stuck to it and continued the art of theater. And it was just an amazing, astounding honor to be able to be part of it and actually help it come to fruition. And with that in mind, I can't wait to do it again this spring, hopefully with a live audience. Fingers crossed. And so the show has ended. The cast is off stage. I'm turning off the lights, turning off the light board, packing up all my things, making sure the theater space is clean. And that's it. That's the end of the show. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to do it in the future, professionally. Thank you for watching.
I'm like, well,